back to a new video, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to go to Geli. A previous tutorial I went to the manja and just setting a transfer window to Eve at first. So the transfer window between Corbin and Eve is minus 54.1 degrees as I've shown on screen as well. Yep, I just thought of adding that. And okay, so first of all, since we know how to build a rocket and you can just build it with me, I mean, there's nothing about it. I would recommend watching these videos first, then doing the mission. I mean, we have as good as most of the parts we need or we would like to have. I think if the system I first went with using a service bay, I should have remembered it for my later missions. Oh yeah, spoiler alert, next video will be how to go to Dress. Yes, I think I'll just do this whole tutorial series at the start and then do more like better things after it. I do not know why the audio is so not loud. This is a problem I've been having. I got a new mic for this a bit of time, and it is pathetic compared to my old mic. My old mic was so much better. I'm screaming it in the house. So yes, I'll just drink some water. It's quite hot in my room again. I've turned off the fan, and I live in Mumbai, so it's quite hot. Yeah, I'm just building the lander section here. You may be like, why I added the RCS thrusters when I do not need it at this point. We are not doing rendezvous and docking, which we'll do next video. But I mean, we are kind of, because I mean, you can treat Gili like it's an asteroid to rendezvous and dock with. Due to that's how low its gravity is. I most of the time treat it like how I told, like I don't even think that it's asteroid. I just think it's another spaceship I have to now rescue Kerbals from, or take the science, which I forgot to take the science from. That's how you should treat Gilly. It's so easy to like land on. You have to just put a small pulse of the RCS to be radial, and like you don't even need more than 20 like 40 meters per second to get back in orbit of Gilly. That is your escape velocity of Gilly. You do not need so much fuel, so do not and way too much fuel due to this craft was terribly overbuilt. And oh yes, I will now go off topic, and I'll tell one thing, that all of these videos, oh yeah, you can just leave the fairing uncapped by just pressing alt and then left clicking instead of just left clicking. Now we are adding a fuel tank. I thought of a skiff engine but took the poodle engine. I like the single bell variant. You don't need to add that. It is your choice at this point. I think the single bell also takes more mass due to the decoupler shroud has to be bigger. I'm not sure if that's a physicsless thing. And I can't be bothered to check. To be honest, I don't check lots of the facts. I tell in videos. Yeah. There you go. I'm adding the boosters. This is going to look a bit like a Delta 4 Heavy. I really like the fact that the mainsail engine looks a bit like the Vulcan 2 engine. I think it is basically the Aryan engine that was used on the not British, French or European Ariane 5 rocket. Like most of it is French, but there's a bit of, but it's still made by European Space Agency. So yes, I'll say that. I don't know what am I been talking so far in this video, but just doing the last few things. And oh yes, I forgot, there were many failed launch attempts of this due to the rocket wobbling like a wet noodle. And okay, now this is a bit of spoiler. So if Gilly was, let me just calculate a bit, since I after Gilly just put like my rocket names to just say the planet. Here you go. Here's the final launch attempt. Yes, I think I may have skipped me adding the fins onto this rocket, or a few extra stuff. Just but you can just add those things by the Kerbal design challenges. I think there were few instances of me skipping parts of the video in the video, like, and now we can throttle down. I may sail engines. Oh yes, I also set this up to be asparagus setup. You don't need to worry about what I was doing. I was playing around with one of my mods, to be honest. And there go our side boosters here plotting a maneuver node to get us into orbit of Corbin. I mean, I added way too much delta V. I mean, even if we detach that core stage now, we would still be have enough delta V to do the mission. I just added it for your sake, Ditto. I know that you are a beginner at KSP, and I mean, KSP is quite a hard thing to do. I mean, it took me forever to get. I did not. At one point, I was struggling. He said, "This is a good story. I'll just tell this now. This will ramble about this story now." At once, I actually was so bad at KSP, and I thought of like, okay, so this is okay. I'll just tell it full. So once I have in one of my first okay, so I first started KSP on a pathetic laptop, then on a little better laptop, then one that was actually mine because the other two were not mine, and then now I'm on this computer. So yes, I did not know in the first time what I was doing, and just we uninstalled it in no time. Second time though, I knew what I was doing. I installed KSP, at least had some clue of how to do it, but I did not understand aerodynamics at all. I absolutely was terrible at it. Oh yes, I'm just plotting my maneuver node to Eve. What you can just first just drag out prograde on the maneuver node at Kerbin, and then just spin it around Kerbin in your around your orbit in Kerbin till you get an Eve encounter. If you don't just mess around with the few of the other nodes, and it's quite an easy thing to encounter. Oh yes, in this mission, I will be pulling off a maneuver that I really think is not for beginners. Oh yes, I set my science experiments to an action group. You can just do that by basically in the vehicle assembly building, clicking on like the thing that says that looks like the cross, but then with a few wrenches. I think it is that one. Clicking on that button, and then that will let you like set action groups quite well. Oh yes, and I realized I had a bottle full of empty air, basically as good as. And we have done our maneuver node to Gilly is just as simple as executing the node. Deployed our solar panels, yes. Taken some science from a well placed magnetometer boom experiment. So well placed, I should say. And now we are in low Kerbal, no, high Kerbal orbit, space high above the sun, or space high above Kerbal. I mean, come on, Matt Lown. I know he said that in his Sea Dragon video later. I mean, I think more people have watched the Sun Station video, and when he was like, it's called the Sun, not Kerbal. I mean, it is Kerbal. Like, everyone says Kerbal. You don't need to say it's the Sun. It is Kerbal. I don't know, weird tangent there aside. Yes, now we can plot like midway course correction burn. Just drag. I think it's a radial in. I'm not sure. No, I mean normal, anti-normal. One of those two. I'm really bad at understanding all this stuff. So yes, and here you go. Ignition of what was supposed to be a core stage that would get ditched in a Kerbin ascent, and it's got us all the way to Eve. Now with Gilly, this is another thing you want to do. Get your course to be as close as its inclination. Don't get your inclination around even if you're doing only Gilly mission to 0. Get it to match Gilly's inclination. Since as you know, Gilly has an inclination just like Minmus. But it is way harder to reach for a beginner than Minmus. Especially due to you have to go into Eve. Do you know, this is actually a fun fact. You need about the same amount of delta V to do a Mun mission that you need to do a Gilly mission. You need more delta V to reach Gilly, but then you need zero delta V as good as to land on Gilly. I mean, if you reach, and I just don't know what I'm speaking at this point, but I just completely overbuilt this rocket. As you can see, we're just getting bob out, right clicking on those experiments and clicking restore. So, You may be asking what was the reason for my break between my Mun episode and my Minmus episode. Oh yes, I just skipped through that burn, I think so. The reason was that my mic stopped working, and that was annoying. Oh yes, you normally will, no matter what, not get an encounter in your first orbit, I'm sure. So what you could do is just right click on the you see that advanced maneuver thing I've done. There's that orbit and then a plus and minus. Click the plus button till these encounter nodes get close. And then as soon as that happens, mess around with the maneuver node till you get the encounter. Also, you may be asking, oh yes, first of all, I want to tell one thing. Shameless plug here. I have a Patreon, so yes, if you like my content and want to support me, you can just pay money to me. I mean, it's cheap. The highest tier, which gives you exclusive content, craft files, early access to videos, exclusive voting power, all of that only costs about $5 to be honest. And then the previous tier below that, which is about $2.4, it gives everything except the exclusive content. And then the tier below that just removes the voting, only gives the early access to content part 2. Or, early access to content is in the upper tiers as well. I'll really tell one thing. I will give craft files, but for a few series. I won't give it for a few which I forgot to save the craft for, or for a series where I will do it for if it's just a random video like sending a station to low carbon orbit. Yes, I have got that recorded on the same save file which I will do after I complete all the tutorial mission, because I had so many racket errors and that mission literally made me hate KSP as a whole. It was so annoying. Oh yes, I just got one that gave me a good intercept with Gilly. We'll do all the science experiments around space near Eve and space high above Eve. You should do that as well. Also, another thing, I think till Gilly, it's a good plan to just do direct ascent missions but nothing else. But after Gilly, you really need to start thinking about the Apollo style route and orbital rendezvous. I would really love this thing if you decide to practice around either the Mun or Minmus first for an Apollo style mission, so you know how to do it. Due to all my videos from here on will be the Apollo style mission. Also, from here on, okay, fun fact, there's this engine in KSP called the nuclear engine. You must know about it. You are smart, you're subscribed to my channel. Hopefully, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, it will help me out quite well in the process. And here you go, we are at a Poodle engine, which was supposed to get us to Gilly. We do barely need any delta V from here. From here on out, I will start doing a absolutely lazy approach to docking. Since I think it's a bad idea not to do it, and I'll tell why. The lazy approach to docking, I mean by that, will be to, and I'm telling why. I will first tell why I'm mentioning it, because the next two videos will have us dock. So I would really like if you practice it on another object. Oh yes, this is me actually doing that on Gilly, treating it like, so yes, you just burn towards your target, point retro, do retrograde, burn towards the target, retrograde relative to target, and just you should get an easy dock after you got your encounter about less than 5 kilometers away. Even 10 kilometers is fine, but I like to aim for like less than 5 kilometers. I know there are those memes like all you wanted to happen is like your encounter distance to be like 0.00 kilometers away, 0.0 kilometers away. I think it is. I know that meme. I think that was Matt Lown who made that meme. I'm not sure. Oh yes. Also, I think if you do Alt F12 Surface Finder, it's not you. Normally, Alt F12 menu can be used for cheating, but the cheat called Object Thrower is really not cheating, And same for the surface feature finder from Breaking Ground. If you have the expansion. Oh yes, also if you want to follow this series, get all the two expansions since I will be making heavy use of them. Already I made use of Breaking Ground on Man and Minmus and this. Just a really nice expansion to be honest. Oh yes, also Gilly has basically surface gravity of zero. I've told you that a few times. So yeah, I'll take the lazy approach to docking. Another thing you can do, which for a space station, if you do not want to do that, just okay. So first of all, I'm just using my jetpack to go there. I mean, just use Control Shift to go up and down. WASD as I like to call it, or WASD to do other things. So yes, I think I accidentally got a landed state glitch there. So I just quick loaded and I was on the surface. And then I realized, wait a minute. This is looking like a surface scanner surface feature. Not the ones a Kerbal can collect. Oh yes, I just think I may have tried to print it. Okay, I may have sent him into orbit already. Like the orbital velocities. No, I sent him out of the Gilly sphere of influence entirely. Imagine this is what I mean. Like you barely even need 40 meters per second to get out of the sphere of influence. Not, I mean, I think this is. Man, you don't give. You can treat Gilly like it's a spaceship. It is not a moon of Eve. It is a spaceship orbiting Eve, as good as basically. But a spaceship which if you go to will give you science. Just treat it like that. Then here you go, just taking all the science and getting Bill Corbin to restore the experiments. So yes, if you also see my mic quality has become quintillion times worse, it is again due to the mic being spoiled. We had to buy a new one, and this is a bad mic compared to those other two. We just bought it from Amazon. Like it was like, let's find something that I think will work good, and then I just found this, and it ended up being the worst thing I could at all find. Here you go. And I burned retrograde as soon as I find a new biome, and I was like, I don't want to again go through landing the ship. So I'll just quickly burn retrograde, quickly land the Kerbal, take a surface sample. Do not do this, everyone. Land the ship properly. Do not make a complete mess like this. Do everything properly, please. I would highly recommend for your Kerbals and for your sanity to do this. This was just so annoying. This was kind of a bad idea, to be honest. Like, oops, I think I may have turned it into put it into a spin. I almost crashed. And then I'm like, will this thing just crash and then strand my astronaut it Kerbal? Luckily, even if it crashed, it would not have been a problem because this is one of the few things of multi-controller ships not being possible really makes stuff harder. One of the other things is to. Okay, I must have taken my surface sample at some point. Yes, I did, and then I think I must have removed that from the recording. But like, seriously, like, why couldn't I past me think about that? What I told, like, seriously, like, what was I thinking while I was doing it? Oh yes, I'm just using the stock alarm clock feature. Do not use this piece of trash, everyone. Use the Kerbal alarm clock mod instead because it is a quintillion times better. Because that actually gives you good transfer windows. While the stock feature, it makes you absolutely mess around. Luckily, I had enough fuel. If you did not, I would just recommend to take the same transfer window for Kerbin to Eve, to for Eve back to Kerbin, which is minus 54.1 degrees. Just was a little lazy, in fact, probably. And we trying to get an intercept with Corbin. Really bad intercept. I mean, I think this thing. Okay, wait. I'm not sure, but I think we could get to Duna and back with this amount of Delta V. But I really don't think the thing would have had enough trust-to-mate ratio to get off Duna. And we don't want to strand our space frogs. We don't want to basically Also, dangers of solar bears. Like I said, solar bears, like the solar apples. I mean, Matt Loud has also made the same mistake before. Okay, yeah. I don't know what exploded there. Something jankily went wrong. So if that happens, just or make quick saves throughout the mission. And I also have that, and I have zero problems in admitting that. Since sometimes just you will encounter some random glitch that will ensure that your Kerbals are turned into goo, basically, and turned into mystery goo. Oh yes, I am loading. No, I think I have clicked on the space center by accident. And the quick saving, yeah. Yes, you don't want to turn Kerbals into marshmallows, destroyed marshmallows. We want them back at Kerbin, safe and sound. So yes, I don't know what started this whole thing really. Oh yes, the thing exploding randomly. That one fuel tank probably. And we're arriving back at Corbin. This last maneuver at Corbin that I will do, you really do not need to do this. This is just because I wanted a re-entry to be at the light side if I actually do this maneuver. I think I just, yeah, I just wanted my re-entry to ensure I would not be at the night side of Corbin and instead at the day. You can see the month passing by, and as our home world comes into view, we did it a bit late, did the detachment a bit late, and I just like the fireworks show and the G's that we encountered. That is quite nice. And as we come back to Corbin, I now skip forward that much, and you can see what science we get, and after that, I will be able to tell bye to you all, but still, like, there's a bit of time left. Who knows? What will the Kerbal scientist find after the mission? So yes, everyone, thanks for watching so far in this video. Just see the science and log, do the same thing. I hope you enjoyed, and bye. Okay, wait, I just said again now. I think I have done it a bit prematurely. I had this problem again where it says I can't trust the amount of time done indicator. So okay, so again I hope you enjoyed it. You love this video. Like okay, so I'll just take a few science. Takes quite a lot. We have enough to do a mission to dress next episode. Bye.